And let's see if verse 2 combined with verse 1, Alif Lam Mim, tells us what that. So, verse 1, Alif Lam Mim.
You're going to go chapter 2?
Yeah, I'm in chapter 2. Alif Lam Mim. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let me put it on the screen for both of us.
Yeah. I've got it memorized already, but anyway.
Okay. Alif Lam Mim. It's funny. You see what they put in the parentheses? These letters are one of the miracles of the Quran.
It is. You know how? I can explain how. I can explain how.
Wait, look at what he says, though.
Okay.
And none but Allah alone knows their meanings. But you think Dawah-wise know their meaning, man. You guys, they all over the place, Jabir.
And then here's the second.
And you have a verse that says that the Quran is perfectly detailed and explained. Mm-hmm. So regardless of that verse, if there are unexplained verses in the Quran, that's a contradiction. Mm-hmm. So even if I don't have a verse in the Quran.
In this episode of GodLogic Live, a familiar face returns. A young Muslim caller who once struggled to defend a supposed contradiction in the Quran. After watching another live stream, he claims he's finally cracked the code and discovered the true explanation. But when he steps back into the lion's den, GodLogic patiently examines his reasoning, challenges his sources, and walks him through the evidence line by line. What starts as confidence quickly turns into a lesson in logic, context, and critical thinking. Watch as faith meets facts, claims meet scrutiny, and another debate unfolds in real time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful live stream discussions, deep dives, and respectful dialogues on faith, reason, and truth.
Hello?
What's up, dog?
Oh, I think I remember listening to your conversation with him last time.
Yeah.
I want to talk about something that you mentioned.
You want to talk about your conversion?
No, I'm still a Muslim, alhamdulillah.
No, you shouldn't be, not according to your word.
I have to do my research. And I went on Dawah-wise's stream today, talked about it and whatnot.
So the Dawah-wise full of morons.
No, they're not morons.
Jabber, you said you talked to them about what we talked about?
Yeah, and they said two things. Number one, we should look at the 8 criteria that Aristotle mentioned about what a contradiction is. And the second thing is they have a response to it. But let's first look at
what was their answer? What was the response that fixed the problem?
Okay, so it says, so these letters, whatnot, Alif Lam Mim. You said that's what your contention is. What are those letters?
Alif Lam Mim.
Yeah.
Abraham's wife, Moses' wife, Adam's wife.
No. I remember I decided to leave on the interpretation that it's about You mentioned that chapter 12 verse 111 it goes against what the chapter for example chapter 2 verse 1 says, chapter 3 verse 1 says. Yeah, you said that last time. You said
that shows that those verses are unexplained. Those are examples of the Quran not being explained.
Right. And then then I asked them today about that, and they said, those letters, Alif Lam Mim, and whatnot, they connect to the next verse, and because it's like a way to show the Arabic's eloquence. Yeah, it is, because the eloquence of the Arabic, for example, with some prepositional words in Arabic.
You know I love you, right, man? Like a brother.
Yeah.
I love you, man. So I won't steer you wrong, and because I love you, I'll tell you the truth, nothing but the truth, and I tell you straight up.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Stop listening to these idiots.
Nah.
Stop, bro. Stop taking these silly, dumb, erroneous explanations from these people.
Mm-hmm.
These ad hoc interpretations that can't be proven from the text or the context at all.
Mm-hmm.
Stop taking from them, bro. This is probably like the sixth one we've gone over now.
Yeah.
It's it doesn't work. And let me
ask you this. They brought the other thing up. For a contradiction, you said the Quran has to have a contradiction. You said, I asked them about that today, and they said, look up the 8 criteria that Aristotle made to prove what a contradiction is. How about we should go over that to see what a contradiction
no problem.
is.
What was their answer, though? But we could do that and have some fun there later. What was their answer to the problem? Like, let me ask you. Did you ask them, hey, guys, a Christian brought up this verse to me, chapter 12, verse 111.
Yeah, you can even replay the video. It's today.
Okay, I believe you. So you showed them the verse, and you gave them my argument. Hey, he's saying that there is examples in the Quran of verses that are not explained.
Yeah, and then they said those letters mean, basically those letters connect to what comes after. Alif Lam Mim connects to that. Alif Lam Mim, this is talking about the Quran, and all the
about what is it saying about the Quran? That's the question. What is it saying about the Quran? Did they tell you what? Now, I can, because look, I can say that verse 2 of Surah Baqarah connects to verse 3 in Surah Baqarah.
But they're saying verse 1 connects to verse 2, which in turn
exactly.
connects
So
to
verse 1,
and
I get you. Verse 1 connects to verse 2. But what does verse 1 mean?
it doesn't have a meaning by itself. I'm saying it has to be connected.
So it's not, okay, fine.
There are some words in Arabic that just don't have a meaning by itself.
These are words? Alif Lam Mim are words?
By itself, you don't know what it means, but with like if there's another verse after it,
But that's what it is by itself. And then the verse, okay, so the
you
verse
can't
after.
just take a verse by itself. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You know what? Let's do this. Let's look at it. Let's look at it.
Interpretation I got for Alif Lam Mim, what it means.
Wait, not the second. Let's go with this first one. Let's see if verse 2 explains it. Okay, this is a book where there is no doubt a guidance to those who are the
Believers.
pious.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm trying to skip the. Oh, that's it, huh? Because this is just the rest is just brackets.
Uh-huh. They add a lot of brackets to the Quran. It needs a lot of help in
Right.
explaining.
Yeah, well, I'm sure chapter 12, verse 111 itself has brackets.
It doesn't actually.
You sure?
So, well, it depends on the translation you use actually, because you're actually right. It depends on the translation.
A lot of brackets, man. It needs a lot of help.
There's a lot of help. All right. So, so this is the book about which there is no doubt, a guidance for those conscious of Allah. How does this tell us what Alif Lam Mim is?
Okay. There's another interpretation they brought about what Alif Lam Mim
Wait,
is.
can we scratch that first? Can we scratch that
Okay,
one?
khalas, we scratch that. Okay.
All right. So that one we say that that one is dumb, right?
Out the window.
Out the window.
Let's go to the second interpretation where there's where this one it comes from the miracle of Allah. You know how let me explain, okay?
Go ahead.
Listen to me. So I'm gonna give you an example. Let me just find the chapter number. Just a sec. I believe it's chapter 104. It says the chapter, the elephant, right? It says Alam tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuka bi ashabil, right? The first three letters used in that verse is Alam, A, and Mim. Okay? But we don't say Alif Lam Mim tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuk. We say Alam tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuk, okay? While here in
Wait,
chapter
what verse?
2,
I'm sorry. What verse?
this is like chapter 104, I believe. I could be wrong. Just a minute. Chapter the elephant.
Okay, the elephant. All right, let me try to.
The elephant. Okay. If you read the Arabic in the first verse, the first three letters in that verse is Alam. A, Alif, Lam, Mim, right? Alam, tara kayfa fa'ala.
What verse? Oh, you said verse 1?
Verse 1, okay? So it says Alam, tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuka bi ashabil fil, right? Alam, right?
Okay. Alam have not.
Right? Alam here, it is Alif, Lam, and Mim. Here's the thing. Why don't we say in Surah Al-Baqarah, Alam, dhalika fi? Why don't we say that? Because to show that the Qur'an is preserved, we even have the pronunciation preserved. So we know when to use Alam and when to use Alif Lam Mim. So Allah basically, He put Alif Lam Mim to show us that the Qur'an can...
That doesn't even matter.
Go ahead, man. Yeah, you got it.
What matters is that you have a verse that says that the Quran is perfectly detailed and explained. Mm-hmm. So regardless of that verse, if there are unexplained verses in the Quran, that's a contradiction.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I don't have a verse in the Quran that also says, hey, there's unclear verses, that doesn't solve the problem that there are unclear verses while the Quran says that everything is explained and clear, detailed, you know? So that's why 3:7 doesn't matter.
Yeah, 3:7, yeah, we just, we put Alif Lam Mim to show us that the Quran can actually be preserved fully.
Did that convince you?
No.
Oh.
Why not?
I didn't hear an explanation of what Alif Lam Mim means.
No, I told you, it's in the Quran because Allah wants to show that the Quran will be preserved fully in pronunciation.
Where does the Quran say that?
Chapter 15, verse 9?
No, where does the Quran say that the meaning or reason for Alif Lam Mim is to demonstrate the preservation of the Quran's linguistics?
Again, in chapter 15, verse 9, it's how else are we going to show that the Quran is preserved?
In chapter 15, verse 9, it just says that Allah sent down the reminder and that He guards it. It says nothing about Alif Lam Mim or the purpose of it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So does the Quran tell you what you told me about why Alif Lam Mim is there? Does the Quran say that?
Does the Quran say that? No, but we can infer by it, but by the
just like the
passed down from generation to generation.
Just like Dawa-wise can infer that Alif Lam Mim is there to is connected with the other verse, and somehow that shows the meaning. Or they can infer that as well. Or the other scholar that you was bringing up can infer what they were saying about Alif Lam Mim, and you laughed at what they inferred. And then the other scholars that differ with that, and we laugh. Remember, we was laughing at all these different interpretations of Alif Lam Mim.
Yeah. So
but they're all inferring that.
again, Allahu Alam, also I'm going to say.
Thank you. That's the point. Allahu Alam. Allah knows best, and he's the only one who knows.
And what's the problem?
The problem is that the verse says the Quran is a detailed explanation of everything.
And everything.
If only Allah knows, then the Quran is not explained.
But again, maybe scholars have to explain what the detailed explanation is. Maybe scholars will have to explain.
Yeah, a scholar needs to come and tell you and I, Jabir, what it means to be detailed and explained. We're too stupid to know what that means, you know? I'm not smart enough. You're not smart enough. My friend IP here, he's not smart enough.
What's his channel's name, by the way?
Huh?
What's his channel's name, by the way? Inspiring
Philosophy. It's tagged in the title of this video.
What a coincidence that there's this guy in Dawah-wise. His name is Islam Hakim. He has a channel, Cogent Faith. This guy is really philosophical, you know. He talks everything Aristotle, you know. I don't know, Plato.
I told him to come here.
No, but he was busy like on the Dawah stream, you know.
Yeah, you should have said, "Hey, you guys should go and give this explanation of GodLogic. See what he responds."
I didn't want to say I was debating you because, like, you know,
they would have kicked you if they told them they said that.
No, it's not that bad. No, they're just gonna give me a big scolding, you know. Why do you want to debate nobodies? Blah blah blah. They're very knowledgeable and, you know, whatnot.
So look at that.
You know, actually,
you're more mad than they are.
I have a question for you. No, it's not that. I have a question for you. I have a question.
Wait.
My question is,
before your question, bro.
Sorry.
Before your question, we got to make sure.
Okay. How can I copy and paste? How can I copy and paste a link to the private? Like, I want to paste the YouTube link here. Maybe you can respond to it. But I found it.
Here, I got you. So what I'll do?
But how do you do it?
All you got to do. Are you on your computer or something?
My phone.
You're on your phone. Okay. So on your phone, do you see the private chat?
Yeah. But see, how do I copy and paste the link on there?
Oh, you're trying to paste the link in my chat?
Yeah, because there's a video that I found that exactly talks about this exact topic. I didn't really I didn't watch the whole thing, but I just found the title of it.
Don't paste it here.
I mean, also, this doesn't really solve the contradiction because Surah 12:11 says it's a detailed explanation of all things. But even if they could explain the Aleph, Lam, whatever aspect, Surah 3:7 still exists, which says that some things aren't clear.
I responded to him about 3:7. I'll tell you the explanation that I got from 3:7. Some scholars, they make a mistake and they put a comma after nobody knows except Allah. It should be saying nobody knows except Allah and the people of knowledge. That's how it's in the Arabic. So if you go to the verse, it says nobody knows the explanation but Allah. Some people put like a period or a comma next to it. But there shouldn't be there shouldn't be one there. It should be nobody knows.
Why is it not what Muhammad said?
No. That
doesn't even matter. That doesn't even matter.
Go ahead, man. Yeah, you got it.
What matters is that you have a verse that says that the Quran is perfectly detailed and explained. Mm-hmm. So regardless of that verse, if there are unexplained verses in the Quran, that's a contradiction. Mm-hmm. So even if I don't have a verse in the Quran that also says, hey, there's unclear verses, that doesn't solve the problem that there are unclear verses while the Quran says that everything is explained and clear, detailed, you know? So that's why 3:7 doesn't matter.
Yeah, 3:7, yeah, we just, you know, we left it by itself.
I mean,
but anyway, yeah, look, the other thing I wanted to do, they said to look up the 8 criteria that Aristotle put out for what a contradiction is.
But none of that matters. None of that matters because the contradiction, you cannot have A and be non-A in the same way, in the same sense. So
but remember, all 8 criteria have to be met.
Brother, you and I understand. You cannot have a statement saying that the book is a detailed explanation of everything. Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry. I have to. Somebody's knocking on my door. Sorry. I'll be back.
All right.
Just what I was trying to get at while he's coming back is that if you go to the life of Muhammad and Ibn Ishaq, Muhammad does not give that explanation of 3:7.
Oh, that's true.
No, he said the Christians come and they go, why is Allah constantly calling himself we and our? And he goes, well, that's a mystery. No one knows that but Allah. And that's his explanation for that. So even with the Aleph Lam stuff, Muhammad said the parts about Allah calling himself we are unexplained.
Yes. Also, the same thing when it comes to Jesus being Allah's word, a spirit and a spirit from him. The Christians were using that against him, and Muhammad used 3:7 as a response that these are verses that are unclear, and those who are deviant are trying to use the unclear verses to stir up trouble and cause doubts. So
yeah, and then people of knowledge, the comma issue, that's not what Muhammad said. So I mean, like, this is just the miracle of reinterpretation.
Miracle of reinterpretation.